Hi friends, Mrs. Alaimo here. I hope you are all doing well. My family and I are doing well. We're keeping busy and we're staying healthy, which is what is most important right now. But I have to say, I have really missed being able to come into your classrooms to read my favorite books and do fun activities with you. And then I thought, well, just because we're not in school, that doesn't mean I can't read you my favorite books and even talk to you about some fun activities that you can do at home with your family. So that's what we're going to do. Today, I am going to read a book called Ruby Finds a Worry. But friends, what is a worry? Worries are thoughts and feelings that cause us distress. So it's thoughts like, what if no one talks to me at the party? What if I go on stage and I forget my lines and everyone laughs at me? What if I get sick? What if I get hurt? Those thoughts cause us to have feelings like sadness and fear and worry. And remember, we talk about how all of our feelings are okay. But when we have those feelings that don't feel so good, we don't want to get stuck in them. So let's find out, what does Ruby do when she finds a worry? Ruby loved being Ruby. She loved to swing up high. And she loved to explore wild, far away places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the very bottom of the garden. Ruby was perfectly happy until one day she discovered a worry. It wasn't a very big worry. In fact, it was so small that at first Ruby hardly noticed it. But then the worry started to grow. Each day it got a little bit bigger. It just wouldn't leave her alone. It was there at breakfast staring at her over the cereal box, and it was still there at night when she brushed her teeth. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby's worry, not even her teacher. So Ruby pretended that she couldn't see it either. Is that going to work? She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing the things that she loved. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Ruby didn't realize it, but she was doing the worst thing you can ever do with the worry. She was worrying about it. Now the worry was enormous. It could barely fit in the kitchen at dinner time. It filled up half the school bus. And it took up whole rows at the movie theater. The worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about, and it seemed like she would never feel happy again. What is Ruby going to do? Then one day, something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone at the park. He looked how she felt. Sad. Just a little boy on the park bench. He's looking sad. And then she noticed something else. Something hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? It was. Ruby realized that she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. Other people had them too. She asked the boy what was on his mind, and as he told her, the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink. Then Ruby did the best thing you could ever do if you have a worry. She talked about it. As the words tumbled out, Ruby's worries began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon, both of their worries were gone. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. Of course, that wasn't the last time she ever had to worry. Everyone gets them from time to time. But now she knew how to get rid of them. They never hung around for long. So friends, we all have worries sometimes. And at first Ruby thought, maybe if I ignore it, it'll go away. But that didn't work. It just started to get bigger. And then she started worrying about it. And what happens when she kept thinking about it and worrying about it? It got bigger and bigger and bigger. Until she saw the little boy who also had a worry. And noticed that when he started to talk about his worry began to shrink. And when she started talking about her worry, what happened? Her worry started to get smaller until it was gone. So friends, it's important that if you're having worries, you talk to someone about them. Talk to someone you love and trust. That goes with all of our feelings. It's so important to talk about how we feel. And something else you can do at home is you can create a worry box. Now I have one here that my daughter decorated. It's a small tissue box. So she put things that she loves on it, music and sports. You don't have a tissue box though, you could use a jar or even a food container or any box really. What you do with a worry box is you write down your worries and put it inside. Then you decide with your family how often you're going to visit the worry box. Is it going to be once a day, every other day, once a week? When you visit the worry box, you take out each worry, read them and talk about them with your family. Now, if it's something you're still worrying about, you can put it back in your worry box until your next visit. But if it's something you're not worried about anymore after talking to your family, you can get rid of it. So try it out. I can't wait to hear how it goes. But remember, friends, always talk about your feelings. Until next time, stay well.